Alright Jonathan, I thought today I'd pick the type video that we talk about. But first, if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and leave us a comment. So the first video that we posted on this channel was a video of someone challenging you to a fight on the internet, and they wasn't even a fighter. Now I know you've done a lot of those, and that video got a lot of positive feedback, a lot of comments, so I thought that we would talk about another challenge fight. Does any of those come to mind?
Yeah, Chance. One stands out. Me and my girlfriend at the time was pulling into Olive Garden on a Friday night, to meet her parents for dinner. And I got a call on my cell phone. It was a guy I knew, and he said that he knew a guy that wanted to fight me for whatever reason. I think he had plans to do a MMA event, and they were just gonna cut the middleman out and just wanted to fight me for whatever reason. So I asked whatever money they could come up with. I can't remember the exact number they could come up with, but I said I would match it, and the winner would get the pot, and we could do it the next day at noon, I think is when we agreed to do it. So the next day, my ex-girlfriend now she was at work, and so I was hanging out with her parents, and I believe her mom was cooking tacos at the time, and I had forgot that I had agreed to do this fight. And then it was like 15 minutes till noon, and I remember looking at my watch being like, oh God, I had agreed to that. So I asked her dad, hey, do you want to ride up here with me right quick? I'm just gonna go do this and we'll be back, and we'll be back in time for tacos.
I'm glad you brought that up, Jonathan, because a couple of years ago when you won the Coliseum Combat Heavyweight Championship, I was able to talk to them in their hotel room, and they told me about that exact same fight. I actually have the footage of that, so let's check it out.
Oh wow, this would be fun for me to watch, Chance.
Yep.
Like I said, it started out and John kind of moved around a little bit, and Jonathan was just letting him, hit him, and he do the guy, like he was throwing a couple combos and stuff, and Jonathan just kind of threw a quick jab, I guess summed him up, and then he walked out with the towel and holding his nose, and Jonathan's telling him what a good job he did and trying to pump him up, like, yeah.
I remember that.
And then Jonathan too, he looked over at me and grinned too, because he was like, you thought I was gonna lose, didn't you? And he was playing with me because I
came home, because I was probably making tacos or something.
Yeah, we were.
I was making something, and he goes, hey Michelle, can I take Robert with me for this fight thing? I'm like, yeah, hurry up, because I'm making dinner. And he's like, all right, it won't be long. And he took off, and then Robert's eyes were like really big. He goes, I just came from a fight. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You've been gone like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then he told me what happened. So.
And he looked over and smirked, and he was like, you thought he was getting me, didn't you? And I was like, dude, you got to stop that.
Yeah, Chance, it's kind of like how he just described it. The guy came out 100 miles an hour. I kind of told the guy that was coming to be the referee that this guy was going to come out like a bull in a china shop, right? And he was going to come out and go ham sandwich 100 miles an hour. I kind of did that for a couple of different reasons. One, to kind of mess with my ex-girlfriend's dad. He didn't like seeing me get hit, and I wanted to try to mess with him a little bit. But number two, big guys that haven't fought professionally or whatever, but when they get in street fights, so they're used to fighting guys and the fight being over with when they go 100 miles an hour. Well, when you fight somebody and you hit them and they're still there, right? They're still wanting to fight. People aren't used to that, right? Typically. And so I figured I'd just let him go ham on me for 15 or 20 seconds, and then I would start fighting. And by the time I wanted to start fighting, I think he had realized that he didn't want to fight anymore, right? So my only regret in this, because when he showed up with a guy with a camera, with girls that were kind of like cheerleaders. I mean, he was serious. He showed up with a crew. My only regret is that the guy that got the camera footage, it was his guy that was recording it. The angle that they had, you can't see me. When I land the shot, right, I land a left hook, and you can't see it from the angle. It looks like either I missed it or it was a grazing shot, but when it hit him, his nose was like a faucet. I mean, it was wide open. So that kind of, the fight ended up going, I think, 5 or so seconds longer than that before he looked at the ref and said, I'm done. But they couldn't get his nose to stop bleeding, and they ended up taking him to the hospital, and I think he had some nasal things going on. But yeah, I wish it would have been a different angle. You can't really see it good. But yeah, that's exactly how that went. I let him go ham sandwich at the beginning, and then we decided to go ahead and let's go ahead and get this thing cranked up a little bit.
Yep, definitely wasn't a very good day for him. Let's check it out.
Boom!
Talk all day, they don't want no problems. Johnathan Ivey, yeah, leg like monster. Every time he's in the case, someone about to black out. Leg like king, yeah, someone about to tap out. 454 under the hood, I'm about to smash out. Jelly roll, home box, I've been on the trap out. David Ray made the beat, yeah, it's a beat down. Johnathan Ivey about to fight, it's a beat down. Talking about gambling when they mentioning him, so tell Johnathan I'm about to bet 50 on him. Yeah, I ain't tripping, we still keep it street bet. Another 20 stacks that my dude don't even bleed, bitch.